Hello, and welcome into Louisville, Kentucky to Bellarmine's Knights Hall, where we have the Bellarmine Knights face off number 15 Lewis Flyers. Testing, test, test, test. So,
Testing.
let's just go with it. No, Lewis wins it. the audio is working over here.
Those were ST was up. Okay. And so I pushed them down. I don't know what that was.
Looks like it's working now.
And the ball will be back in play. Katie Downey with the ball near half court. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Bellarmine down 28-9. Poor start for Bellarmine so far. Presley Brown driving into the paint. And she loses the ball, and they will call it kick ball violation, I believe. Loose basketball now. 52 seconds remaining in the quarter. Knights bring the pressure up, and it's poor inbound, and they cannot get it in. Bellarmine will get the basketball back. Only a second runs off the clock. This is a huge possession for Bellarmine because you don't want to go in down big going into the next quarter. Downey going to work, and she will not. She'll turn around, trying to get something. Kicks out to Presley Brown. Brown drives in. She'll put it up, and no good. Rebound Lewis. And they throw the ball up to Stephanie Hart. Hart kicks down low to Kelly-Air. And they're calling a travel. This last minute or two for Lewis has not been good ever since those free throws, but Bellarmine just needs to capitalize. They have not been able to capitalize yet. As Downey will bring the ball up the court. And we have a 3-second difference between the shot and game clock right here. Bellarmine looking to make something happen before the end of the quarter. Driving in, down low. Downey with it. She is going to have to kick out. A three-point attempt by Bellarmine. No good, way too long. Rebound. Yeah, and Bellarmine will have the... No, they do. Shot clock not reset. Kicks out. Bellarmine needs to get a shot soon. Layup, no good. Lose with the ball. And they're going to look for a last second shot here. Deep three attempt is up and no good. It hits on the back rim.
And that is the end of the first period here at Knights Hall. Definitely not the start Bellarmine wanted going into this matchup. Lewis starting off strong so far in the first period. I think Bellarmine's really going to need to step up.
And Bellarmine is coming in winning 6 of their last 7, but they did lose to Lewis in between those games.
Yeah, the first game that Lewis and the Knights played, Lewis ended up winning that match 71-60. So kind of a tight match back in that game. It was looking good for them, but I don't think so far in this first period. What do you think's going through each of these teams' heads?
Lewis, obviously you're ecstatic because you're up big on the road in a semi-tough environment here at Bellarmine. But Lewis is number 15 for a reason, so they've been in this situation before. Lewis will just try to keep attacking the paint. Jessica Kelly-Air has been dominating all game. You got to keep doing that. And Bellarmine, try to find an answer for Kelly-Air if you can. I mean, it's not going to take one lady to do it. You got to have a whole team effort to do it.
Right, I definitely think the Bellarmine Knights need to step up and guard Kelly-Air because she does have 13 points out of the 28 in this first period.
Outscoring Bellarmine just by herself, 13-9.
Right, and she has, out of the 6 shots she's put up, she's made 5 of them, so she's doing really well tonight. Made every single one of her 3 throws. She's had 3 this game so far, so great stuff from Kelly-Air for the Flyers, but Bellarmine definitely needs to step up and show them what they're doing here at Knights Hall. After the break, we're going to get back into it now.
And Torrens will start the ball in the second quarter. Bellarmine down 28-9. Looking for some kind of answer. And I don't know if you don't need to go threes right now. And that's a good pass down low to Schwartz, and she'll lay it in. Bellarmine is finally at double digits now. And they're bringing the pressure up early. They need to force this pressure. And the poor sloppy pass, Lewis will get the ball, and they will keep it in bounds. That is Lockett with the ball currently in her hands. Passing out to Williams. Down low, and the shot is up, and it is good. That's 2 points for Stephanie Hart. And Torres will bring the ball up the court for the Knights. Knights currently trail by 19 points right now. Looking for some kind of answer by anyone. Schwartz attacking the paint, kicks it out for Michaela Berry with the ball in her hands. Berry looking to attack the paint down low. She'll lay it in. She'll go to the line for 2 after the hard foul. And free throws, this is where you got to make your points. If you make the free throws, you can bring them back in the game just like that. Caleb Berry, the Knights' leading scorer of the year. First free throws up, and it is good. Second free throw for Caleb Berry. It is good. She'll make both free throws, bring the Knights in within 17 now. The pressure is up early. And they kick in the front court. Lewis down low, and they're going to be resetting. Left open in the corner of Stephanie Hart, and she'll airball towards the rebound. And she'll look to do something for the Knights. Kicks down low to Tibbs, and that is no good. It's out of bounds. Lewis will maintain possession of it now. 8:50 to go in the second quarter. Lewis up 30-13.
Yeah, Bellarmine definitely making a comeback so far. Definitely not again the place they want to be.
Oh, there's nearly called a foul on Lauren Dill right there. Lockett will set up a play. Kick it to Hart. Hart looking for something. Back out to Hinders, and out in the corner. And down low, and Knights triple teaming, and it will be Bellarmine's possession. The triple team down there forced Hinders could not get anything with the ball, and she lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, Bellarmine definitely great stuff there with the double team and even triple team. Again, what they're going to need to do in this game is put the pressure on the Flyers offense.
Of course, great defense won't do anything if your offense isn't working. As Scott will look for something to happen here. Kicks out to Michaela Berry. She'll almost hit a step back three. Down low to Tibbs. She'll lay it in, and it's good. Well, hook shot. We have a 15-point game now. The double team is in the backcourt there. Knights looking for something. Kick out to Green. Or that's Lockett with the ball in her hands right now. Now Green has the ball in her hands. And the paint looked wide open. Hard foul there on Michaela Berry. But don't give up the 2 easy points to make them earn from the line.
Something I've been seeing from the Lewis Flyers has been really applying to the game so far is they're having some good passing. They're passing down in the paint, they're passing around the edges, and they're throwing shots up, and they're getting the ball in the paint for those easy layups. I definitely think they're going to need to keep that up going into the rest of this game.
And both free throws were great hits off the back iron and bounces in. And Bellarmine needs to get the ball in bounds quickly, and it turns it over immediately. And they will get the steal back themselves, though. Kicks out to Tibbs, who has numbers. Kicks out to Hunter, down low to Tibbs, and the shot is blocked by Lewis. And the Bellarmine had a great chance to get it close, and they did nothing on there to execute. And they leave an open woman for three, and it's off the iron, no good. Rebound Tibbs. Kathleen Scott will bring the ball up the court for the Knights, try to set something up offensively for them. And Scott drives in, lays it in herself, and just hits off the back iron, no good. Nothing seems to be going offensively for the Knights. And Kellier, guarded by Tibbs, her hook shot is good. Another point for Kellier. Knights currently trail by 19. 6:56 to go in the second quarter. As Kathleen Scott looks to set up a play for the Knights. Down low to Barry, Barry, and it is good. Lewis will bring the ball to the court. The Knights are bringing the pressure early, and they need to do something defensively to get the ball back and try to limit possessions by Lewis and shot attempts. Lewis with the ball outside. Passing it around outside as a three-point attempt is up, and it is good. That is Williams for Lewis. And no one's inbounding for the Knights. They had trouble with miscommunication on who's going to inbound the ball. Kathleen Scott will bring the ball up the court for the Knights again. The Knights currently trail by 20. One of their worst games they've played in a while, it seems. Schwartz lays it in herself, and it is going to roll in around, and it is good for the Knights. Lewis pushing up aggressively early. Picks up for three. The shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound by Schwartz. Picks out to Kathleen Scott for the Knights. Knights bring the ball up the court. Trying to look for something. Picks out to Schwartz, who that's a three-pointer tip by Schwartz. No good, and it goes out of bounds. Lewis will get the ball back. And the Knights subbing in 4 new players. Almost the entire lineup coming out.
I think a problem for Bellarmine, too, are their three-point attempts. They have not made one so far. But on the other hand, Lewis has made 3.
Oh, and the ball is sloppy. Bellarmine still. Presley Brown lays it in herself, and it is good. Great aggressive there. And they nearly got another steal, but they call a foul. That goes against number 0, Bailey Harney, the freshman out of Covington, Kentucky. And pass up the court. Bellarmine needs to bring the defense. They have great pressure in the backcourt, but in the front court, nothing seems to be going their way. And a great screen set by Lewis. Nearly pulled a 3. They will pull a 3, and it is rimming out, no good. And the triple team, they're going to call a jump ball. Lewis will maintain possession after the jump ball. 5:05 to go in the quarter. Lewis 37, Bellarmine 21.
Kelly here with a great rebound there. She had like 3 Knights on her. Kelly here getting that ball back for the Flyers.
And the ball nearly turned over by Lewis, and they rewatched the baseline. They somehow don't turn it over. It's a steal by Bellarmine. They have numbers. They can work something here. Pass down low. It is no good, and they call a foul. That was Harney's shot attempt, I believe it was. No good. They had numbers 3-on-1. They just couldn't execute, but they will go to the line. Bailey Harney here for the Knights.
16-point lead for the Flyers so far, and there's going to be a timeout called.
That's the under 5 timeout.
Definitely a key for the Knights is to apply that pressure not only on the Flyers in general, but Kelly she's getting rebounds down in front. Kelly has made 6 out of the 7 shots she's put up offensively. And I also would like to mention that Lewis has had 18 rebounds, Bellarmine only with 7. Offensive rebounds are pretty similar. Lewis only having 5, Bellarmine with 3. But the defensive rebounds is a big key for the Flyers. They have 13, while Bellarmine only has 4. Majority of those coming from Kelly Air. So definitely Liza Tibbs and Allie Mayhouse are going to need to step up and guard Kelly Air, have some help from her teammates, and try to get a double team or even triple team.
Bellarmine already playing much better this quarter than they did the first quarter. That is for sure. Pressure is coming out, and they are playing aggressive. They just need to limit the Lewis transition shots.
Yeah, Bellarmine absolutely stepping up in the second. Some great stuff from them. What do you think Bellarmine needs to do differently here in this second period?
I mean, they're playing. Just keep playing what you're playing so far. You're applying the pressure in the backcourt. Just don't allow the points to get in the paint. And then their shot attempts, they're not having any bad shot attempts. They're just not falling, which you can't really help that. If they can make a few 3-pointers, they'll be right back in this game. It could be single digits just like that.
Right, I definitely think Bellarmine needs to step up and hit their 3-pointers. Definitely could be a key for them as they've missed every single one they've thrown up.
And we got Harney at the line. Free throws is another way you can get back in the game. If they make both free throws, this will be a 14 or 15-point game, excuse me. Harney's first attempt is up, and it just hits the back iron.
Yeah, like you said, definitely a key to get these free throws as it is a 16-point game.
And she makes the second free throw, excuse me. 37-22, Lewis currently leads inbounding to Green. No, Lockett, excuse me. And Lewis has numbers here. Knights seem to be, and Lewis will now run a play. They don't have the fast break. And nearly stolen by Presley Brown, but she'll knock it out of bounds. Lewis has the ball. 4:38 to go in the quarter. 60 seconds on the shot clock, and they just throw it back off. As Lockett is here to inbound. Presley Brown guarding the inbound for the Knights. Lewis sets up a play. Stephanie Hart with the ball in her hands. Now passing around. Hart with it, guarded by Brown. And the kick out to Lockett. Lockett trying to attack the paint, and she'll lay it in. And she'll miss the layup. Bailey Harney hit with the foul, her second of the game, and Lewis will go to the free throw line to attempt 2.
Lockett has made 2 out of the 5, or excuse me, has made all of her free throws so far.
And the first free throw's up for Lewis, and it is good. Lewis, I don't believe, has Lewis missed a free throw today, Patrick? Second free throw for Lockett is up, and it is good for Lewis. They push it to a 17-point advantage. Inbound to Kathleen Scott. She'll be in the guard in the backcourt. Great defense played by Lewis so far, especially the first quarter, limited the Knights to 9 points in the entire quarter. So Mayhouse with the ball herself, trying to find some kind of opening. Kathleen Scott drives it herself. That was a terrible layup attempt. And the ball is going to be off of Bellarmine. Lewis will get the ball back in their possession. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. 39-22 Lewis advantage right now. Knights applying the pressure in the backcourt. And Lockett has been another player for Lewis, has had a good game so far. And it's stolen by Mayhouse, and Bellarmine will beat the ball in their possession again. They just need to find a way to execute and get this game closer, as Kathleen Scott has the ball in her possession, trying to call a play. So out of 15 seconds to go on the shot clock, 3.5 to go in the quarter. Scott kicks out to Barry. Pass out to Mayhouse, who's outside the arc. Down low for the Knights. Kathleen Scott with the ball in her possession. 4 seconds. They got to get the shot quickly. Mayhouse throws it up off the glass, and it didn't hit anything. Shot clock violation for the Knights. Not what you want to see if you're Bellarmine.
Right, definitely the Lewis Flyers defense stepping up and forcing them to get a shot off. But earlier, great stuff from Allie Mayhouse as she got a turnover for the Knights against Kelly Ayer. Mayhouse trying to step up and guard her down.
And that's a terrible pass intercepted by Brown, and she'll look for numbers. Lays it in herself, and it's just no good. These Knights are missing easy layups, which is not something you want to see if you're going to try to win this game. Lockett guarded by Downey. Tough shot, no good. Rebound by the Knights. Saved into Lewis, though. That's Jessica Kelly Ayer again. That's the name you're going to be hearing a lot tonight is Kelly Ayer. And Katie Downey brings the ball up the court for the Knights. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. 41-22. Lewis has had the advantage all game. They've led the entire way. And it's almost a moving screen I thought was going to be called. Nearly a travel. Michaela Berry's three-point attempt is good. That's the Knights' first three-point attempt of the game they've made.
Definitely what the Knights needed to try to get back into this game momentum-wise.
And now the pressure on defense down low to Kelly Ayer, guarded by Mayhouse. And tough layup, and it's good. She just cannot miss tonight, it seems.
Michaela Berry leading the Knights in points, 237.
As Berry will have the ball in her possession, trying to go to work here. Kicks around to Mayhouse. Mayhouse kicks out to Downey. 2 minutes to go, almost 2 minutes. Downey drives in the lane. She'll miss it. It's nearly, I think it was blocked. But the Knights steal the ball back. That's Presley Brown with the ball in her hands now. Barry kicks it to Downey. I thought she was going to pull a 3 there, but she won't. She'll drive in. Pass down low to Mayhouse. Michaela Berry, that's a 3-point attempt. It's good. Michaela Berry again, bringing the Knights back in this game.
Barry definitely stepping up for the Knights, making 2 3-pointers.
And that's a very bad foul by Presley Brown. Not something you want if you're Bellarmine.
Yeah, Bellarmine definitely having a lot of fouls in this first half so far. Not really what they're needing right now, but yeah, Michaela Berry stepping up and hitting those 3-pointers, definitely what the Knights needed.
Yeah, the rest of the team needs to step up and make some 3-pointers for the Knights.
She is 2 for 2 tonight so far.
Yeah, Stephanie Hart has the ball for Lewis. The Flyers trying to go to work here. Downey guarding her. Now Barry guarding her. Kicks out. Kelly Ayer driving in, and she'll lay it in, and it's good. And 1 attempt.
Michaela Berry definitely a key player for the Knights. She has 10 points. out of the 28 that they have so far and has made every shot in this first half.
As Kellier's and one attempt is up, and it is good. Of course it's good.
Yeah, Kellier with 22 points out of that 46.
And Liza Tibbs checks in for Mayhouse now for the final 1:33 to go in the second quarter, first half. Lewis currently up 46-28. I think if you're Bellarmine, if you can go in the half down by less than 20, it's a good half at this point. Downey goes down low to Barry, and Barry lays up attempt. No good, too strong. But the Knights will maintain possession. Schwartz clicks it to Harney. Harney goes down low to Tibbs. She'll lay it in. The senior, it's good.
Great rebounding there from Bellarmine.
Has Green with the ball in her hands now, guarded by Downey. 1 minute to go in the first half. Knights down 46-30. Lou's looking to add to this lead of theirs. Watch them go down low to Kellier. Has 10 seconds on the shot clock now. And she just flies by Downey, but she missed the I don't believe I saw any contact there, but they will call a foul on the Knights.
Bellarmine only down 16 points with 47 seconds left. Not the best, but it's definitely better than where they were before in the first period.
And Lewis at the line for free throws. Gabby Green missed the first, but I don't believe they hit anything. Hit the backboard, but I don't think they hit any of the rim. I believe that might be the first missed free throw by Lewis in the game so far. The second free throw's up, and she missed both of them, but it's off of. Now they're going to call off Lewis. Bellarmine's possession, 46 seconds to go. Do you go quick 2 for 1 here, or do you just try to work some clock and not go in the half worse than you are? We'll see what happens. Downey brings the ball up the court for the Knights.
I think they want to kind of make the lead a little bit smaller here before going into the half.
You want to take the best shot available. Downey pulls up 3, and that is no good. Rebound by Lewis. That's the loose ball. Lewis maintains position. And Lewis could hold for 1 right here. And this looks like they're going to do that. Down, currently up 16, the Flyers are. As Green has the ball in her hands. Now Kellier, and then you will hear a lot. Kellier going to work against Liza Tibbs. Hook shot around, and it is good, of course. Knights looking to run a quick play, and nearly stolen, but they will not get another shot off. The first half of play, Bellarmine 30, Lewis 48. Not a good half for Bellarmine. The second quarter was much better. They scored 21 points in the second quarter after scoring only 9 in the first quarter.
Absolutely. I definitely think Bellarmine is going to need to step up here in the second half. First half was not looking good for them. Lewis with 24 rebounds. Bellarmine only with 9. 18 of those 24 for Lewis were defensive rebounds. Is definitely a big key for them. But Kellier with 24 points in this first half. She's only 1 point away from her average of every game. So Kellier looking to make that average a lot higher.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she had 35 the last game against Bellarmine, and the Knights knew going in they got to limit Kellier, and she seems to have no answer for her so far. She has this height advantage, 6 foot forward. I mean, she's been attacking the paint all game. There's really nothing you can do to stop Kellier so far.
Right, definitely think Liza Tibbs and Allie Mayhouse definitely going to have a big problem with Kellier the rest of this match. But free throws looking really good for Lewis. They've only missed 2, both of those coming from Green.
At the very end of the quarter right there.
Right, so good percentage from them. They're 11 for 13, and the Knights are 4 for 7, so not looking as well, but the Knights definitely need to capitalize on those free throws and the three-pointers, as you had Michaela Berry hitting 2 there near in the middle of the second period. And we're going to take a quick break here for the dance team, so we'll be right back with you.
Welcome back to Knights Hall on the campus of Bellarmine University in Louisville, Kentucky. Bellarmine will begin the second half with the ball, currently trailing Lewis 48-30 in a half that Bellarmine did not look their best I've seen them play all year. And Lewis just looked absolutely amazing.
What do you think, in your opinion, does Bellarmine need to do in this second half after watching the first?
Limit turnovers, that's another key. And I mean, do the best you can to stop Kellier because we've seen them apply double and triple team, and this seems to not be an answer for her. But try the best to limit like the passing lane to her, and just if you can take Kellier out, you'll have a good chance to come back. As the Knights go down low, and just a strong layup, but rebound Mayhouse kicks out to Schwartz. Schwartz passes to Torrance, just too high, and that's another thing. You got to limit the turnovers. Bellarmine's just been sloppy with it all day.
Definitely a high pass there.
As Gabby Green brings the ball up the court for the Flyers, guarded by Lauren Dill. Goes out Lewis attacking the paint like they've been doing all game, and that is going to fall for them. They've now hit the half-century mark. Torrance with the ball in her hands, down low to Mayhouse. Didn't look she was paying attention, but she does get the ball, and she'll lay it in for the Knights.
Definitely going against Kelly Hare
there.
They're
going to charge. Michaela Berry sets her foot, and Gabby Green gets hit with the charge. That's her third personal foul of the game. She should be watching out because 2 more fouls, and she will be disqualified from the action today. Michaela Berry down low, inbounding it. Pass up to Mayhouse. Kicks out to Torrance. Torrance back to Berry. Berry thought about shooting, but it was defense. Berry driving the lane. She'll lay it in herself. That's good. And nearly a stole, and it will be stolen by the Knights. Kicks out Torrance. She'll shoot it and just airballs it. But Michaela Berry hustles with the rebound there.
There are the rebounds that Bellarmine wanted.
Kathleen Scott, no, that Lauren Dill, excuse me. She'll bank it in off the glass. And Lewis is going to burn a timeout early. The Knights have come out aggressive. This is a 14-point game.
Definitely what the Knights wanted here in the second. Starting off strong, showing the Flyers what they're made of here in Knights Hall. Michaela Berry stepping up, making that layup that was needed. But some great turnovers from Bellarmine. What do you think is going through the Flyers' minds right now?
I mean, these got to be composed right now. Go back to what was working the first half. Don't try to force anything. Don't do something you can't do. Like kind of like the Bill Belichick always says, do your job is what Lewis needs to do. And they're in good hand. They're in good position right now, up 14 on the road. They just got to limit the turnovers that they've been doing.
I think Bellarmine's done a great job so far of guarding Kelly Ayer down in the paint in this second half. They struggled with her in the first half. They haven't really played against her, found her style yet. They played against her once before in the season, so I think now they're kind of grasping how she plays and what they need to do to go against her, because she is a key player for them, has 24 points so far. But Michaela Berry stepping up for the Knights. She has 12 points. She's made 4 of her 5 shots she's made, and she's made every 3-pointer. She's had 2 in the day so far. So some great stuff from Michaela Berry, but earlier we saw Allie Mayhouse stepping up and getting around Kelly Ayer. So do you think that's a key, Spencer, for the Knights, is to try to get around Kelly Ayer?
Get around. I mean, obviously she's a star player for a reason. So if you can just attack her in the paint, get around her, and you can get easy layups in, but make the layups, because we saw in the first half the Knights had at least 3 or 4 easy layup attempts. They missed them. So again, the Knights just need to make their shots, and if they make their shots, like right now it's a 14-point game, they can easily get us back into 10 real quick.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to get back into the action here a little bit. The timeout coming to a close. 14-point lead for the Flyers. Under 9 minutes remaining, and Flyers are going to start off with this ball.
Lock it down low to inbound it. Guarded by Lauren Dill. Inbound to Green, and the Knights are applying the double team. Nearly stole, and the Hart with the ball in her hands. Kicks out. Now she will be doubled, and it's a loose ball. Nearly stolen by the Knights. Down low in the paint, and the shot is up. Terrible looking shot, but there was a foul. And Hinders will go to the line for 2 for the Flyers. And if they make these free throws, which they've been doing all games, making free throws, and they'll put the lead back to 16.
Yeah, absolutely. They're 11 for 13 free throws tonight.
First free throws up, and it is good. As we see a Pope Francis pop fathead up there in the student section.
Definitely the students trying to use that to their advantage, make them miss. And she's going to put another one in, bringing them to 12 and 14 for free throws today so far.
Now Lou's applying the pressure. Torrance looking to work around her. Just like a little high step there. Good screen set by Berry. Torrance with the ball in her hands. 18 on the shot clock. Down low to Allie Mayhouse. She'll lay it in.
That's what the Knights needed. Allie Mayhouse stepping up against Hellier.
And then Lockett just using her speed to her advantage, nearly blocked, but it gets it over Mayhouse. The Knights did not get back on defense, and also the speed of Lockett was something we haven't seen all game so far. Torrens with the ball for the Knights. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, excuse me. 54-38 Lewis. As Mayhouse sets the screen for Torrens to work. Kicks out to Michaela Berry. Shot up, no good, too short. Rebound by the Knights. Kick out to Berry, nearly pulled again. She'll work around. Berry with a hook shot, and it will bank in off the glass.
Great stuff from Berry there, stepping up. Missed the three-pointer, but came around and got around Kelly-Air, which is a key for the Knights in this game.
Hinders attacking the paint for the Flyers, kicks out, and now Lewis will go to work. Lockett with the ball outside near the top of the key. Now it's Green. Green running a play, 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Kelly-Air with, I believe, maybe her first touch of the half. And Lockett goes down low, misses it, and rebound. It will be Lewis's ball.
Kayla Berry is 4 for 5 of her shots tonight, and she's going to get some breathing time there on the bench.
And Lockett nearly thought about pulling it. Kicks out to Green in the corner. Green attacking Schwartz. And nearly, they're going to call a foul there. Great defense there. Just got called with a foul right there. That was not deemed a shooting foul, so Lewis will have the ball underneath their own basket. Kicks out for Lewis outside the arc. And it's stolen there by the Knights. Torrens with the ball in her hands now. Bellarmine has a key possession down, only 14 right here. Can get back, and Torrens kicks out. And Dill attacks the paint. She'll lay it in, and it is no good. That's off Mayhouse. Nearly get the rebound there.
Definitely key for the Knights there is to get those rebounds. Allie Mayhouse trying to step up and get that one.
And Tibbs checks in for Mayhouse. Both of them go basically hand in hand. They're basically the same style of players. So just swap in one for the other, get some breathing time for the other.
Yeah,
and the ball's knocked loose, nearly stolen by the Knights. But the Flyers will maintain possession of it. Presley Brown nearly fouled it. Lewis is playing aggressively fast right here. Knights having to speed them up. That's how you can beat them, is speed them up. As Green attacks the paint. And there's going to be a jump ball. No, they're calling a foul, not a jump ball. I believe it will against Bria Torrens.
But the Knights trying to apply pressure there. They definitely came into the second half with the mindset to play fast, to put the pressure on Kelly-Air and the Lewis Flyers offensively. So some great stuff from Coach Dugan.
And the ball is stolen there, and Presley Brown, the freshman with the ball, bringing up the court, has numbers. She'll lay it in, and it is good. And Bellarmine within 12 right now. The pressure is on, and they got the double, and Green will break through the double team. Crowd chain defense. Oh, they got someone at 9 on the knees. Green looks up to her coach, see what play they want to call. And Stephanie Hart has, no, that's Williams, excuse me, with the ball in her hand. Now Lockett has it. Down low to Kelly-Air. Liza Tibbs on Kelly-Air. And she forced a miss. Which
there you go.
A rare miss by Kelly-Air today.
Liza Tibbs stepping up and putting up the defensive plays.
Lauren Dill has the ball in her hands. Nearly drove the paint. She'll kick out to Schwartz outside. Now Kathleen Scott with the ball in her hands, running a play. And this is a key possession tonight. So they can get this within 10, maybe 9 if they shoot a 3 to make it. Kathleen Scott kicks out. That's Lauren Dill for 3. That's huge for the Knights. It is good. We have a 9-point game, something we did not think was possible going early on.
The Knights are back in this, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a 9-point game. What a comeback effort the Knights have. And now the stupid palindrome chant's going on right now. It's 54-45.
Only way to break that chain is for somebody to score, so.
I've joked before that I don't care if the opposing team scores during this chant, but at this point I don't want the opposing team to score because we have a good game. We have a close game. And it looked like an offensive foul down low. They're not going to call anything. Williams' 3-point attempt is no good. Rebound by Presley Brown, the freshman.
Great defense there from the Knights.
Scott thought was going to pull it. And the Knights have the ball. And stolen by Gabby Green for the Flyers. And Presley Brown back on defense. And there's a foul on Brown.
Look at the momentum that Bellarmine has in this second half. They came out. It's a 9-point game. They're going fast. They're applying pressure.
they're playing their style of basketball, and there's the under timeout.
Give a little breather there for those players, but Liza Tibbs stepping up and Allie Mayhouse kind of going hand in hand. They're similar in height, 6'2" and 6'3". Going up against the 6-foot senior, Kelly Ayer, who has 24 points this game so far, the key player, the MVP for the Flyers in this game, but not performing as well in the first half as in the second. She's putting up a lot of shots, hasn't had any points this second half, excuse me. And Bellarmine playing fast, they're applying pressure right up front. If you look at the turnovers, Lewis has 20 and Bellarmine has 11, so great stuff there from the Knights getting that ball. Again, like I said, applying pressure. So what do you think's going through the heads of the Knights?
Knights, you gotta be happy with the way you played the second half so far. Just keep going to what's working with you. Attack the paint, get the good shots you attempt. And Lewis, you're still winning, but again, you're only up 9 when you had a double-digit halftime lead. And it looked like a blowout early on. Only 9 points in the first quarter for the Knights. Now it's a 9-point game.
Right, absolutely. Definitely coming in with that 9-point lead.
I mean, Lewis does have some free throws coming their way right now. So if Lewis can hit these free throws right here, they can get back in double-digit lead right now.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have made 3 3-pointers tonight. So it comes down to the layups and the field goal. And now Lewis is going to get free throw attempts.
Green did miss her last 2 free throws when she attempted it in the first half for Lewis. That was the first and second missed free throw by Lewis of the game. And she will miss her 3rd straight free throw. Uncharacteristic of Lewis so far. And the second free throw is up, and it is good, and the palindrome chant will stop. Lewis currently up 10.
10-point lead is not bad for the Knights, though, as they were down 20 earlier in this game.
Yeah. And Katie Downey checking in the game for the first time this half. She'll go attack the paint and looking for something, and they're calling I believe it was offensive 3 seconds, traveling something. I don't. Oh, Bellarmine called a timeout. That's what it was.
Another timeout here for the Knights.
4:24 remaining in the third quarter. Lewis 55, Bellarmine 45.
I think the Knights need to get back into that rhythm they had earlier. They were stepping up and applying some great offensive plays.
I think they're inbounding underneath the basket, so I would look for someone like Tibbs or Mayhouse who was in the game to be in the paint. Look for them to pass it down low to them, force a layup early on.
Yeah, absolutely, and those 3-pointers could be key for the Knights, as Michaela Berry has 2 of those. She's missed 1 tonight.
Berry inbounding down low. Mayhouse inbound to Mayhouse. Kicks out to Berry, and Berry will shoot a 3, meet up the inbound. It's good. Knights have a 7-point game now.
Definitely what the Knights needed there. We just talked about Michaela Berry hitting those 3-pointers, and now she's 3 for 4 for the night.
Oh, it's a loose ball and knocked loose, but Lewis will maintain possession. Hart with the ball in her hands right now. Now to Green. The crowd on their feet, chain defense. They're going down low to Kelly Ayer, tipped away by Mayhouse. And somehow we are, what, 6 minutes into this quarter, and Kelly Ayer has yet to score a point. If you would have told me that, I would call you crazy after the way the first half went.
Right, absolutely. I mean, she had 24 points in the first half and has 0 in the second so far, and look at how many minutes have been played already.
I mean, we were talking at halftime. I mean, we would not have been surprised if she dropped 50 on us the way she was attacking the paint early on.
Right, absolutely.
And they will look to go. I don't know where they're looking to go here. That's a close to a 5-second call, but they will get the ball inbounds. And the lock loose by the Knights. Knights have the ball. Michaela Berry with the ball in her hands. And she'll shoot a long 2-pointer. It's no good. Nearly rebounded the Knights. It will be Katie Downey with the rebound there.
Those rebounds are key for the Knights here as they're going to try to attack again.
And it's Harney with the ball in her hands right now. Down to Mayhouse. Mayhouse out to Berry. Berry dribbling around. Maybe she will shoot a 3. That's off key. Rebound by Lewis. The Flyers will push it up the court with Gabby Green. Kicks out. There's a corner three wide open for Lewis, and it's too strong. Rebound by Mayhouse. Knights looking to cut this, looking to tag it 50. Katie Downey and ball is knocked loose, and there's a pile on the ground. The ball is loose here. Green has the ball for the Flyers. She'll attack the paint. Kicks out another wide open three for the Flyers. Same spot, same girl, I believe. It's no good though. That was number 23, Utterback for the Flyers coming on the three there. Torrens to Barry. Barry kicks to Mayhouse, and Barry will run a play, it seems. Oh, she's wide open. She'll shoot the three. It's just off the rim, too strong. That would have brought this house back in.
Yeah, you see the Flyers didn't even want to defend that right there.
They just gave her the room, and I mean, if that goes in, that's a 4-point game. And I think another time I was going to be called about Lewis if that goes in.
You think the Flyers are getting a little bit laid back. I think they're being a little bit too comfortable right now.
Yeah, they're a little rattled, it seems, too. Green attacked the paint. And that's Kelly Ayers. She'll finally get on the board this half. You leave her open. That was a mid-range shot from the free throw line, something she hasn't been attacking that much. She's been a layup shooter. And Harney's three just off-key, not even close, but Katie Downey lays it in. It is good for the Knights. At the end of the first quarter, they had 9 points. They now scored 41 points in the last 2 quarters, and we still have 2 minutes to go in the second or third quarter. And I give credit to Coach Dugan for that. Put the quarter behind you. You have sloppy first quarter, go to the second quarter, third quarter, whole new quarter, just attack go play your basketball style.
Yeah, the Knights definitely needed that break, and Allie Mayhouse trying to step up there and guard Kelly Ayer again.
That's a foul on Mayhouse. She did not like the call. She thought he had all ball.
She needs to get careful too, because that's her fourth. That's her fourth personal foul here. So she needs to watch out because she's a key player for guarding Kelly Ayer down there in the paint.
And Liza Tibbs will come in after the first free throw and a few other Knights will come in. But Tibbs and Mayhouse are basically the same player. Mayhouse, I don't know if we'll see her, when we will see her back. She has 4 fouls. That's another thing about the Knights. They have a lot of depth pieces where they can just sub you in quickly and not tire out.
Right, they have some great replacement players. They can just sub in and sub out.
Kelly Ayer missed the second free throw. A rare miss for her from anywhere.
That's her first miss of the night.
And Schwartz has the ball outside, pass around to Brown. And Liza Tibbs with the ball. Knights going down low to the paint. Kathleen Scott lays up is good. Actually, that was Lauren Dill, excuse me, on there. Knights nearly got a steal there.
6-point game now.
And Lewis going to work, and there's a foul. They were going to call that. And it's a 6-point game with 1:15 to go. Knights, I believe, was an 18-point halftime deficit, and they've now cut to 6. I mean, that is a great work, great coaching by Dugan, great play style by all these players.
Yeah, Dugan absolutely stepping up, and some great coaching for her. I mean, you take a look at these records. Bellarmine is 14-9, and the Flyers are 23-2. So big difference there, and it's only 7-point game. So,
I mean, Bellarmine had a 4-game losing streak at one point this year, and now they've won 6 of 7 since that 4-game losing streak. It seems that they've been getting right back on track. Lewis currently has a 10-game winning streak. They've never fallen out of anywhere. Ranked top number 15 in the country right now. Probably could be higher after this game if they can pull the W out.
Yeah, 14-1 in the conference, so some great stuff from the Flyers. But Bellarmine challenging them in this game.
And they will make both free throws, currently up 8 with 1:14 to go in the third quarter. If you're Bellarmine, just keep this game single digits going into the fourth quarter and you'll be fine. We've seen them make several double-digit comebacks in the fourth quarter this year.
Yeah, they were only down 6, so definitely a key for them. I agree.
Torrens for 3, and it's just too strong. It's knocked away, stolen by the Knights. The Knights maintain possession, and it's nearly given right back. Sloppy ball handling by the Knights there, but
it's all about regaining that ball.
Yeah. Torrens looking to set something up. Go down low to Lauren Dill and Schwartz, excuse me. No basket. The foul on the court. Foul is on Stephanie Hart of the Flyers. That's her second of the game. Torrens will inbound underneath her basket. So it's up to Liza Tibbs. Tibbs with a hook shot, and the bank is open. It is good.
Definitely what the Knights needed right there. Liza Tibbs stepping up. Playing in the paint, using that height. She's 6'3", highest player on both of these rosters combined.
4-second difference shot in game clock. This could be huge. Stephanie Hart for 3. That was Hart. It was Williams, excuse me. Layup attempt by the Flyers. It is good. And the Knights will look to go quick basket here. Currently down 8. Torres with the ball in her hands, and she'll shoot a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound by the Flyers. And Lewis looks to hold for, I don't know if they're going to get a shot attempt here. And there's going to dribble it out. 62-54, but what a quarter by the Knights to come back from an 18-point deficit. Now it's an 8-point game going to the fourth quarter. Something that we didn't think was possible at the first quarter after only putting 9 points up, down 28-9 during that quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, I go back to Michaela Berry every single time, but she has 17 points in this game so far. I mean, the closest person next to her is Lauren Deal, and she has 9.
Yeah.
So Deal stepping up. I mean, she's, for the night, 3 and 4 for her shots. So great stuff there from the Knights.
Yeah, limiting Kelly Ayer that third quarter is definitely huge for the Knights because, I mean, she was easily their best player. She's 5th in the nation in scoring. And they were able to limit her to, what, 2 points that quarter?
Yeah, that's big for Bellarmine. Like we talked about it the first half. Big. That's really big for the Knights is blocking her, only allowing her to get 2 points in the second half compared to her 24 in the first.
This fourth quarter is going to be huge for obvious reasons, the last quarter of the game. And if the Knights can hold Kelly Ayer to limit her like they did this third quarter, I can see them come back and maybe get a point of the win if they can. They got to execute on their own offensive end, but their defense has definitely stepped up.
I mean, it's only an 8-point game. I mean, Bellarmine's been applying a lot of pressure. They put up some baskets. They were close earlier. They were down by 6, but again, the Knights just are close. They can taste it. And I think it's going to come down to momentum and how hard the Knights want it. So what do you think is going through the Flyers' head right now?
I mean, you're obviously disappointed with the quarter. I mean, you're happy to have the lead, but I mean, you did not play your best basketball. I mean, you got to hang your head up at his weight. We're still winning this game right now. We still got 10 minutes. We just got to play our style of basketball. Don't do anything too much that you can't do. I mean, Kelly Ayers, I don't believe she'll have another quarter like she did the third quarter. I believe she'll be more effective. And, I mean, just attack her with Kelly Ayers. I mean, you have some good outside shooters. I mean, Bellarmine's applying the pressure, but you got to get through the pressure. And the Lewis Flyers will begin the quarter with the ball in their possession. 10 minutes to go in this game. 62-54. Currently Lewis in possession of the lead.
Also want to mention that Kelly Ayer is not in there right now for the Flyers.
I believe this might be the first time she's been on the bench all game. I could be wrong on that, but I don't believe I've seen her on the bench all game. As Lockett will have the ball outside. And the three-point attempt by the Flyers, no good. And that ball is too strong, and they will dribble out of bounds.
Knights applying that pressure again. I mean, problem for Lewis is they're having some open shots. I mean, they're putting shots up with 3-pointers and some shots
and nearly
inside
a
the
dangerous
paint.
pass. Torrance, Michaela Berry thought about shooting 3. He's up to Schwartz. Schwartz will move in, shoot it, and it just rims out. But Liza Tibbs with the rebound, and she'll go to the line for 2. 2 big free throws coming up for Liza Tibbs. 9:32 to go in the game. 62-54 Lewis advantage. As Liza Tibbs looks to make it a 2-score game. First free throws up. It is good for the Knights.
The Knights need those extra points here, as it is a very tight game.
They got the clock stopped. Nothing going against you right now. Just make a second free throws up. It is no good, but they get the rebound. Mallory Schwartz kick out to Berry for 3. It's good. The Knights have a 4-point game
Michaela Berry stepping up.
That missed free throw is actually a good thing there for the Knights because you got 3 points out of there instead of the 1.
Yeah, now you got a 4-point game. It was 6 earlier, now it's 4. Michaela Berry hitting 4 out of her 7 3-pointers for the night.
This is the closest we've been since the first quarter of this game.
And the crowd is ecstatic right now as they are chanting defense.
Lewis has come undone, it seems. 7 sets on the shot clock, down low, and they call a blocking foul, and everyone in the building is upset with that. They believe it was a charge.
It's only a 4-point game with 9 minutes remaining. I don't think Lewis thought how this game was going to go. I mean, starting off.
I mean, you came out really strong, but they've seemed to cool off lately. I mean, I believe they had, 30 in the first quarter. They've only scored 32 the last 2 quarters. 2 in a little bit of this quarter. Lewis has the ball. They have a full 30 on the shot clock. And Kelly Ayers in the game, but knocked loose. Torres with the ball in her hands. Up to Michaela Berry. She'll attack the paint, lays it in. Michaela Berry again.
2-point game here, Spencer. This is absolutely incredible.
It's nearly a steal by Torrens there. She had 7 steals last game against UIndy. Unbelievable game for the Knights.
They
And
are
Torrens nearly
stepping
steals
up.
it down low. And they will Lockett will silence the crowd real quick.
The Knights need to keep up this
Oh,
momentum.
and the ball is stolen there by the Flyers, and that is just not what you want to see going if you're the Knights. But I mean, credit to Bellarmine. This game looked like it was a blowout going into halftime. They came out aggressive, and now they cut to 4 right now. Lockett nearly shot 3. She'll shoot a range jumper. It's no good. Too strong. Liza Tibbs with the rebound. Torrens bring the ball up the court. You don't need a 3 right here. Just go look for the best shot attempt you can get. As we have 18 seconds on the shot clock, 7:58 left in the game. Torrens running the play, kicks out to Barry. Down low to Tibbs, and it's intercepted by the Flyers. That is Kelly Ayer again. And Gabby Green brings the ball up the court for the Flyers, and Lewis looking to add to their lead. It has been slowly dwindling. Down low, Kelly Ayer. No, that's not Kelly Ayer. That's Williams, excuse me. That's Hinders, actually. Kathleen Scott comes in for Torrens. Presley Brown looking to check in for the Knights.
The Knights are making a lot of subs this game so far, as they can just sub those players in, and they can play really well together, different lineups, but the Flyers keep the same.
And they're going to be outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Lewis will need a shot attempt quickly. It looked like a wide open 3, but the Knights close out. Now Lockett with a 3-point attempt, and it's no good. Rebound by Tibbs. This is a key possession for the Knights as they bring the ball up the court. And Scott with the ball in her hands here. 20 on the shot clock. 7 minutes to go in the game. 4-point lead for Lewis. Kayla Berry, who's been excellent from 3. Barry checks the paint, and shot is up. No good. Too strong. Rebound by the Flyers. And Lockett, who's been another key player for the Flyers, kicks out to Green. Nearly shot it. Kelly Ayer down low in the paint. And it's no good, but she will get 2 free throws. It's been a while since we've seen points scored in this game.
Yeah, it has been a while. 4-point lead for the Flyers. But these offensive rebounds for Bellarmine is what's getting them in this game. They have 12. But Lewis only has 9, so that's kind of a key for the Knights here.
As Kelly's first free throw is up, and she actually missed it. I'm surprised with that.
Could be the crowd, or it could be her game. She seems to be slowing down.
The whole team seems to be rattled so far. I mean, again, you don't expect to blow a lead. I wasn't going into the game saying, hey, we're going to blow this lead today. So the second free throw's up. We got Will Ferrell's elf costume out there, and she'll make the second free throw. As Kathleen Scott, I believe, as Kathleen Scott brings the ball up the court for the Knights. To Schwartz. Schwartz dribbling around, attacking the paint, turns around, and the bank is not open there. But the Knights rebound it, and it's their possession. Michaela Berry thought about shooting a 3. Kicks out to Kathleen Scott. The ball, Knights move the ball around, and then lane's wide open for Presley Brown. She'll make it a 3-point game, the closest we've seen since the first quarter. And that nearly does a long pass out there for the Flyers. And there's a foul called against the Knights.
The Knights keep drawing these fouls, but the Flyers aren't really capitalizing on them. I know it's a 3-point game, but you take a look at their free throw percentage compared to the first half to now. I mean, they're 18 and 23.
A wide open 3 there for the Flyers, and that's good. And that's not something you want to see if you're the Knights. Rachel Hinders with 3 for the Flyers. But the Knights not out of it yet. 6-point game with 6 minutes to go. Just take a point off a minute and you'll be tied. Down low to Presley Brown, and she'll get the easy layup to fall. And the ball stolen by the Knights. Presley Brown with the ball in her hands. She's fouled.
Brown stepping up for the Knights. We did not expect a performance from her like this.
No, not the freshman out of Hodgeville, Kentucky, LaRue County High School.
Stepping up here, and is going to get some free shots here.
Yeah, 2 free throws here can easily get this game to a 2-point game with 5:40 to go.
But the Knights, again, I talk about those offensive rebounds, 13 and 9. The Knights definitely capitalizing on that, and Brown is going to get some shots here.
First free throw is up, and it is good for the Knights.
68-65 with 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Brown going to take her second shot here.
Free throw is up, and it is no good, but can the Knights get the rebound? No, they cannot. And the Flyers will maintain possession of it. This could be huge for them. If they can get another 3 to fall, or even a 2-pointer for the Flyers, can get them keep this lead. It's currently a 1-score game. A 3-point the Knights will give them the lead. And the foul is caught on the floor. That's Lauren Dill's third foul. Knights have a lot of people in foul trouble. And Liza Tibbs checks back in for Lauren Dill, who just got her third foul.
Green is going to have to watch out for the Flyers because she does have 4 personals.
And the ball is in the Lockett. And the sloppy pass, and the Knights will get the ball back. 5:27 to go. Knights only down 3. They have a chance to tie it here if they choose to. And I believe if the Knights score, I believe Lewis will burn a timeout. They just have to. You're playing too sloppy right now. All the momentum's on Bellarmine's side.
Definitely not the performance we saw in the first half.
As Scott will work it. Katie Downey driving to attack the paint. Downey's layup, no good. Rebound by the Knights. Liza Tibbs banks, no good. Downey with the rebound. You got to dribble it out. They had 2 easy layups that could have brought it into a 1-point game, but they missed them both. Down low to Liza Tibbs. There's a foul. 5 minutes to go, and then Liza Tibbs with a chance to cut this to a 1-score game, or actually a 1-point game, I should say.
Liza Tibbs has made 1 out of the 2 shots she's put up tonight so far.
First free throw is going to rim in. It's a 2-point game. The closest we've seen this is the first quarter. Lewis has led the entire game. They've never trailed in a game that didn't look close at all until just recently.
Yeah, I'd like to bring up that they did have a 20-point lead earlier in this game.
And too strong, but the Knights can get the rebound. No, they cannot. Kelly Ayer gives the ball to Lockett. And Lockett will bring the ball up the court for the Flyers. 2-point game with less than 5 minutes to play. And the layup attempt is good for the Flyers, silencing the Knights crowd. Bria Torrens brings the ball up for the Knights. Currently a 4-point game. And there's a foul, offensive foul called against Bellarmine.
Flyers doing a great job there of that offense, putting those baskets up.
We're at the under 5 timeout, but a game that nobody expected to be this close after the way the first quarter went.
Absolutely. Now we're going to get a timeout here. 70-66, the Flyers are leading. We haven't seen Kelly Ayer step up as much as she did in the first. But the Knights only behind 4. I mean, they were down 20 earlier in this game. But Mayhouse was stepping up for the Knights. She has 4 personals, so you won't see as much as her for the rest of the night.
Mayhouse hasn't played at all in the fourth quarter, I believe, because they got Liza Tibbs and Lauren Dill carrying the load there.
Yeah. I mean, Dill has 9 points, so kind of a key player there for the Knights. Mayhouse has 4, but it's more about defense when you look at Mayhouse and Liza Tibbs, even though they are making some great offensive plays. So, Spencer, let's go back to the Flyers here. I mean, they're up by 4. What do you think is going through their heads? Because, I mean, the Knights are making some great pressure here.
Well, Patrick, you see, I mean, they're currently up 4, like you said, but again, you still have the lead, but the lead is slowly dwindling. I mean, you got to execute offensively. I mean, coming out, Bellarmine's got 2 free throws coming up their way by Liza Tibbs. So, I mean, Bellarmine is just executing the way that they need to execute. And Flyers, you got to limit the offensive transitions because the transition points are huge for the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lockett, she has 16 points for the Flyers. What do you want to see from her after this timeout?
Lockett just needs to keep being aggressive. I mean, she's running the point, it seems, Gabby Green, Lockett. So, I mean, Lockett just needs to play her style. I mean, she can make it from outside, she can make it inside, make good reads on there. As Lewis will get the ball down low. Inbound will be by Hinders. Knights applying the pressure in the backcourt, the front court, I should say. Lockett, who is arguably the second best player for the Lewis Flyers, has it now up to Gabby Green, who does have 4 personal fouls, we should say. And the ball is down low. I believe that was deflected off the Knights, though. And Lewis will maintain possession. 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Green does have 4 personal fouls in this game. She is in right now, so she needs to be wary because that is a key player there for the Flyers.
Yeah. As Lockett is guarded by Downey, now kick out to Green. 7 on the shot clock. They will need to get a shot off quickly here. And that's a 3-point attempt is up, and it's no good. Too strong, and the ball is going to be rebounded by the Flyers. There's a double team. Does she step on the baseline? No, the timeout is called by the Flyers, I believe.
30-second timeout,
A lot of timeouts being called. That means there's a lot of momentum change in this game so far as we approach 4 minutes. Again, still a 4-point lead for the Flyers. Not much has happened.
If you do the math, that's 4 minutes. If you, assuming each team will use the rest of the shot clock, that's 8 possessions left in this game. So Lewis, if I'm Lewis, I try to slow the pace down, burn as much of the shot clock as you can, because the fewer possessions you give Bellarmine, the better chance you have of winning this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, offensive rebounding has been huge for both teams so far. If Lewis misses their shots and they get the offensive rebound, they can burn another 30 seconds off the clock just like that.
Right, absolutely. I mean, turnovers are also a big part in this game. Bellarmine has 15. Lewis Flyers have 24. So turnovers are a big part because the Knights use the turnovers to get baskets and to get some 3-pointers from Michaela Berry.
Yeah, and Lockett will inbound from the sideline, I should say. And the ball inbound to Hinders now. Gabby Green with the ball in her hands. As we approach 4 minutes remaining in this game, Hinders with the ball outside, guarded by Dill. Down low, Kelly. The ball is deflected, stolen by Torrens. Knights have numbers. Katie Downey has numbers on herself. She'll shoot it, and it's going to be good. The Knights have a 2-point game now. Nearly a stolen by Berry.
I mean, that turnover was huge for them. It's now, like you said, it's a 2-point game.
This is huge momentum swing here.
But Torrens with a great play there to turn that ball over, as well as Liza Tibbs stepping up against Callier.
Torrens on Green. Callier has a deep 2-point attempt, and that just will be short. Knights have a chance to tie or take the lead here with the basketball. That is Torrens with the ball. She'll go down low to Liza Tibbs. The ball is stolen by Callier, though, who has been huge now defensively for the Flyers. But what a game we've seen so far. Green kicks out to Lockett. Back out to Green, guarded by Downey. And the Flyers move the ball around the perimeter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They are burning as much as they can off this. And Gabby Green, the tough shot, and it's going to roll in for the Flyers. 4-point game now. Torrens brings the ball up the court, calling her own play. And Mayhouse looks to be checking in with the left final 2 minutes, and there's going to be a travel violation by the Knights. Allie Mayhouse is in for the first time all quarter, 2.5 minutes to play. She does have 4 fouls for the Knights, giving Dill and Tibbs a rest. Actually, just Tibbs.
The Flyers are going to like this possession here as they can either try to run down the clock. I mean, what do you think what's a tactic you think for the Flyers?
You got to run the clock down, and then, like, right now you have Allie Mayhouse guarding Callier. So, I mean, I look to, if you can, give the ball to Callier, have Callier work and try to draw the offensive or draw the foul on Allie Mayhouse, get her out of the game. But, I mean, Mayhouse offensively for the Knights will be huge in these next few possessions. As Hinders has the ball for the Flyers. And there's a flat foul on Katie Downey. Dugan is livid.
Not what the Knights needed here, as there's about 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining, and they're going to get a shot up, free throw here.
Yeah, Lewis is in the bonus right now. Rachel Hinders at the line. The 5'11" junior from Iowa. And she'll make the first free throw, putting the Lewis Flyers advantage to 5. But credit Bellarmine for fighting their way back in the game. This game is still far from over right now.
All right, 2 minutes is a long time.
And she'll miss the free throw, but they will get the rebound, the Flyers. But the Bellarmine will get the steal. This is a huge possession for the Knights. Again, you do not need to shoot a 3 right now unless they're open.
I think Bellarmine definitely needs to play their game and take it calm and make the shots.
And Barry goes, attacks the paint, and too strong of a shot. Rebound Kellier. And there's a foul going against Michaela Berry. How many rebounds is out for Kellier on the night, Patrick?
Rebounds for Michaela Berry. She has 2 tonight. Kellier, on the other hand, has 10.
Oh, double-double for Kellier. We all saw that coming, though. We figured she is just too good of a player.
Right. 5th best player in women's basketball in Division II as she takes a shot.
And it is good. The Flyers advance to 6. This is just huge right here. Put it to a 3-possession game.
Bellarmine was playing a tight game there as it was back and forth, about a 2-point lead, 4-point lead, and now they're by 6 with under 2 minutes remaining.
And now it's 7. That's huge. It's a 3-possession game with a very limited time left.
What the Flyers want is now they can abuse the clock.
I mean, you're looking to Bellarmine. They're going to have to intentionally foul soon, but again, can you make this game a 4-point game or something? And just some tangled up. Torrens for 3. It is good. The Knights have a 4-point game. And Coach Dugan calls timeout for the Knights.
Definitely what the Knights needed there. Torrens, that's her first shot of the night. It's a 3-pointer there, her first of the night. But that's what the Knights needed. I mean, they were down 6, and now it's a 4-point game. So the Knights stepping up. Flyers trying to defend. I think the Flyers definitely need to kind of abuse that clock and run it down.
Yeah, don't go for the foul right now because you still have plenty of time left. But again, use the clock. You get Bellarmine the ball back with about minute 10 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think turnovers as well. I keep going back to turnover, but the Knights had one earlier that led to them it being a 2-point game.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Bellarmine, force a turnover right here, and you can get those easy, fast break points. If you can get it to a 2-point game with a minute to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, Kellier leading with 10 rebounds, followed by Henders and Williams. But the Knights, closest is 5 by Schwartz. Kellier with 3 blocks. But total points, Michaela Berry has 22 points, Kellier has 30, so kind of tight there. As we're going to come to the end of this timeout and get back into this game with 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining.
As you mentioned, 30 points for Kellier, 24 coming in the first half, so limiting her to 6 second-half points. That is a huge. I mean, even if you guys, if Bellarmine does come out with the loss, I mean, that's still, you hang your head up with that. We held her to 6 points second half after she did everything she could in the first half to get the advantage.
Absolutely, we're going to get back into this game here.
As Henders will get inbounded to Lockett. Double team in the backcourt. And it's a travel, I believe. And no, they called timeout. Lewis did. I thought there was a travel, but apparently the timeout was called first.
It's definitely a tight game as both these teams are calling timeouts.
I wonder how many timeouts are left for both teams. I mean, that's the one thing. The last 2 minutes of any basketball game is always the longest because every team has all these timeouts. They just burn, burn, and burn.
Right, absolutely. Bellarmine leads in the fourth quarter with turnovers 5-4. Definitely a tight game here. Points in the paint, but both teams are tied with 6, so kind of even down there in the front line. But rebounds is a big key for Bellarmine as they have 9, but Lewis only has 6 in this fourth quarter alone. And they lead in offensive rebounds. Bellarmine is definitely rebounding that ball, and they're turning it over. Just need to start hitting their shots and getting into the rhythm again.
And Lockett will inbound for the Flyers, guarded by Barry. And they get the ball in the backcourt. They got to get the ball over quickly, otherwise they're going to get a 10-second call. And the ball is passed and stolen by Torrens, and 10-second violation called by Knights. Get the turnover they desperately needed.
Great stuff there from the Knights, applying that pressure up front, not allowing to get to past the half.
I mean, Diot now has a huge possession. 4-point game here for the Knights. Cut to 1 or 2-point game here. That's definitely huge for you. Katie Downey goes to work. Downey fakes the shot, gives to Mayhouse, and Barry nearly got the ball, and it's still in there. They're going to call the foul.
not what the Knights needed there.
And that is Mayhouse's 5th, and she is done for the day.
Yeah, that will be her 5th personal, and she will be out for the game.
And now Liza Tibbs checks in for the senior, possibly the last minute of her Knights Hall career. Lockett, this is 2 huge free throws for Lewis. Because if they make both a 6-point game, you got to go for the 3 then almost. You have to. And the first free throw rims out. No good for the Flyers.
Definitely what the Knights needed there.
And watch for the miss. If you miss it here, you got to box out because Lewis has got some rebounds off missed free throws.
Lockett is 5 for 6 for her free throws tonight.
And the second free throw's up, and it is going to fall. And Schwartz inbounds it to Torrens. This Knights looking to go attacking aggressive early, and there's no call there. And the Knights are in the front court now. Michaela Berry with the ball in her hands. Knights playing a little slower than they probably want to at this moment. Michaela Berry kicks out to Downey, and Downey saves it, shoots the 3 herself. It just rims out. Michaela Berry off of her. That would have been a huge 3. 2-point game with a minute to go.
Flyers now are just going to try to buy time. It's under 50 seconds now.
And now I think Bellarmine wants to go for the foul now. You have to.
Yeah, it's just that kind of game is, you know, under a minute, only 45 seconds left. 5-point lead. Going to be kind of difficult, especially if Green can walk away with these free throws. Make it very difficult for Bellarmine. She's 4 for 7 for free throws tonight.
A 5-point game right here. The first free throw is up, and it rims out. No good. They cannot ice this game away. I mean, that's the one thing. If Bellarmine can come back and force overtime or get the win, I mean, missed free throws is going to be the key. Second free throw is up, and she'll make the second one. Like, 1 of 2 is better than nothing, but still, you'd love to go 2 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Torrens brings the ball up the court here, and she'll shoot a deep 2-pointer and just airballs it. And there's a jump ball called here, and it is. And Bellarmine will get the possession off the jump ball. You got 35 seconds to go. I feel like a 3 is what you really want to go on this possession. If you
Yeah, they're going to need to cut. They're going to need to cut that lead. I mean, they only have 35 seconds left.
And Downey is going to inbound the ball here, and looking to throw it up to Torrens. And Torrens is dribbling it out. Michaela Bear, who's been key for 3, but they're guarding her tightly. Knights had no shot attempt. And they're going down low to Schwartz. Foul and 1. That's another way you can work it. Get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Definitely what the Knights needed there.
As Schwartz will look to cut to a 3-point game and then hope for some missed free throws on the other end if you can't force a turnover.
Right, absolutely. It's going to come down to that pressure that Bellarmine's been key on tonight. They applied really great pressure up front.
Knights going small here as Presley Brown checks in for Liza Tibbs. And Schwartz's free throw is huge here for the Knights. And it's going to roll in. It's good. Timeout Flyers. 25 seconds to go.
Great stuff there from Schwartz, making that a 3-point lead now for the Flyers. Schwartz chose their first free throw, made that one for the night. I'm going to have a timeout here. I definitely think the Flyers want to abuse the clock here. They have 25 seconds, 3-point lead. I mean, Bellarmine's obviously going to put some pressure up front, try to get that turnover that they've been really key on tonight. We go and look at the fourth quarter. Take a look at turnovers. Bellarmine has 6, Lewis has 6, so they're tied right there for the turnovers in this quarter. Bellarmine definitely going to need to step up and win that over.
I mean, obviously, if you're Bellarmine here, you go for the steal immediately off the inbound. And if you don't get the steal, you have to foul like almost immediately.
Yeah, they're going to need to turn that ball over. Big key for Bellarmine if they can get this.
If you can get the steal, just go for the fast break, easy 2-point. You don't need to go for the 3 right here. If you get a fast break opportunity, if you don't get the fast break, you obviously got to go for 3.
Lewis will use the option and inbound the ball from front court.
Now the Flyers are going to get to throw in here.
I believe that is Lockett, who has missed some free throws today. I looked at them go to Kelly Air probably, and so what they will do, loose ball, and it is going to be Kelly Air's ball. And she'll get, oh, that's a shooting foul. Sloppy ball handling. The Knights did what they needed to do. They nearly got a steal there.
Yeah, they put that pressure on Killier, almost rolled out of bounds, but she is going to get fouled and is going to put up some shots here.
It's not icing at this point because it's still 20 seconds to go, but this is almost icing right here.
Killier is 8 and 10 tonight.
And she'll make the first free throw, put the Flyers up by 4. Knights will probably burn a timeout right here if they after this free throw. And it's good. And Coach Dugan will call timeout. 5-point game. If you're losing, you can breathe comfortably. Actually, excuse me, lane violation called against Lewis, so it will remain a 4-point game.
Definitely what the Knights wanted there.
I mean, that was huge because I mean, that goes in 5-point game with 20 seconds to go. You almost have to shoot 3. Now you can maybe get a 2-pointer if you can get an open 2 right here for the Knights.
Yeah, they need to put a basket up and then try to seal it again, or get a 3-pointer and try to go for another basket and go for the win.
I don't see. You don't have to go for the 3. I mean, you have to open look like Barry's been hot all night. If you can find her open for 3, give her the ball and have her shoot 3.
Yeah, I mean, she's made 4 3-pointers tonight, so some great stuff from her, but definitely going to be a challenge there. 4-point lead, 20 seconds left.
And you're playing without your key leader, Allie Mayhouse, who fouled out.
Right.
Probably Tibbs is going to come in, play down low here.
Yeah, absolutely. Tibbs is definitely going to have to play against Kelly-Air there that Mayhouse was earlier but fouled out.
Yep.
That's going to be the end of the timeout, and we're going to get some more action here as the Knights are going to get to throw in here.
And it's going to be Mallory Schwartz inbounding the ball. I think Bria Torrance is the first option right there. And Torrance with the ball. Knights need to attack aggressively early. Torrance step back 3-pointer tip on the line. It's good. It's a 1-point game for the Knights.
That is what the Knights needed.
And Lewis, I might be out of timeouts. The Flyers might be. They get it in. Can they force a turnover? Katie Downey with the steal. And the ball was in the Knights' hand. Downey with a chance for the win. Torrance with the ball. Kicks out to Barry. Corner Presley Brown for 3. No good. Rebound by Michaela Barry. It's out of bounds.
Collision there for the Knights, and that does not look good as they are laying there. 0.7 seconds left.
Oh, my. If Presley Brown hits that 3-pointer right there and gives the Knights the lead.
That is not looking good.
Oh, there's a collision.
Downey and Barry slow to get up.
What is the call here is what I need to know.
But Brown with a critical shot there.
I mean,
barely missing.
Downey with the steal right there.
Definitely key for the Bellarmine offense.
Unbelievable. Lewis will get the possession down low. 0.7 of a second to go. This is all but over, you would think. I mean,
it could happen right here,
could
ladies
happen.
and gentlemen.
And the ball's going to be inbounding. That will do it for this game. 78-77 on senior night. The Knights will fall, but you can't be, I mean, you can hang your hats up, but down big early, down by as much as 20, to rally back and almost take the lead at the end of there. I mean, it didn't fall for the Knights, but what a game we saw here unfold before us.
Yeah, absolutely. Great comeback from the Knights. I mean, they were down 20 points, playing back and forth with the Flyers, who I would like to mention are ranked 15th, and they're 14-1 in the conference.
Now 15-1. They still only lost 2 games all year, and I mean, from what last game they lost by 11. This game lose by 1.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's obviously emotional because it's senior night for like Liza Tibbs and Stephanie Stills. More so for Tibbs, I would say, because she has been a key leader on this team. But I mean, that's not the way you want to close out your last home game in front of your fans. But again, you rallied back, and when no one was giving you a chance against the number 15 team in the country.
Right, quite the game there from the Knights. 1 point victory there for the Flyers, and that's going to be it here at Knights Hall. But great stuff there from both of these teams.
And the Knights will head to the locker room, but Lewis, hats off to them. I mean, they nearly blew it, but they kept it with them, and they stayed with the lead, never gave up.
Yeah, they kept their composure throughout all of it.
And the Knights high-fiving the student section as they will leave the court for the final time this year. They have two more road games next week, then the conference tournament hits. But the Knights have easily been playing their best basketball. Coming in today, they had won 6 of their last 7, 4 straight. And unfortunate way to lose, but to rally back and get this to a 1-point game, I mean, people are going to lose this game and think it was close all game. No, it wasn't. It was easily the first quarter was one of the worst quarters they played all year.
Right, absolutely. You go back and look at the first quarter.
believe it was, what, 28-9, 30-9 into the first quarter?
28-9 at the end of the first. Came back, and you go back to the second, it was 20-21. So the Knights came back there.
The third quarter was easily their best quarter, I would say, because the third quarter is easily their key. They got back, and I mean, we were talking halftime a blowout possibly. I'm proud of this team.
Right.
I mean, they are definitely playing their best basketball. I mean, sure, it's a loss it's in the loss column, not what you want, but Coach Dugan and the players know how hard they played, how hard they rallied back, and this is huge momentum. They got 2 road games next week. And from where you were earlier this year at a 4-game losing streak, and it seemed like this season was kind of a lost year, and now they've rallied back, and now they're playing easily their best basketball. Just keep this momentum going next week, and then the conference tournament, maybe even an NCAA tournament berth.
Right, absolutely. And I also want to bring up Kelly had 31 points. Definitely the MVP for them. Fifth best ranked player in Division II women's basketball.
Michaela Berry, definitely the star. I'm surprised they didn't give her the shot, but they guarded her easily. And Presley Brown's that 3 in the corner. She's only a freshman. You trust her with the biggest shot of the game right there. I mean, it was a 1-point game, so you didn't need a 3, but you were open from there. So I know crushing the shot just didn't fall. I mean, you can't really do much. I mean, you have a good look, and if it doesn't fall, it doesn't fall. So,
absolutely. Well, that is going to do it here at Knights Hall for women's basketball. Spencer, thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick.
For commentating.
We have the men's game. We'll tip off in about half an hour, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for listening.